They're babies. Baby. Child. Bet.
Hi everyone, welcome back to K-pop Crash Course. My name is Joe.
My name is Allison, and that was our third take.
Yeah.
What are we doing today? The boys are back. Okay, sorry. I didn't even let you answer.
You guys, we've been filming for like a while, like not just today, but like the past couple sessions.
6 months.
And every once in just
no.
Kidding. But the past couple sessions, you've been like, I really miss the boys.
I miss the boys. I miss the boys.
Yeah.
And by the boys, if you don't know who we're talking about
the Bangtan boys.
The Bangtan boys. BTS. Homies for life. So we're gonna go back. There's
no. Before you guys, V's video came out last night. I decided we need to. This is just like my plan.
Wait, pause. You put your hand on the pillow, and I went.
Were you gonna hold my hand?
I went to go get your hand, but you moved. And then there's just at least a 10-second clip of me just staring at the pillow. And if you don't zoom in and make it black and white and play that the sad
sound?
music with the leaves falling, I swear I'll be so mad. Anyways, okay.
I didn't even know
and
that
you
was
talking
happening.
like in the background but muffled. It's so good.
Okay.
And then in my head I was like, this is for the bit, but okay. Shut up. Okay, cool.
You guys
keep going.
Last night V's song Slow Dancing came out.
Yes.
But I want to do like a full album listen, but his next song, Blue, doesn't come out till next week. So I want to save that for an album listen.
Next week.
For next week.
Okay, cool.
So that's like the update on the BTS stuff.
I'm eating strawberries.
To cool down, because it's
so
effing hot in here.
These are frozen.
Frozen.
Alright. But
today, we're watching all of it. Well, the first song is just RM. We know how much you love RM. So this is the game plan. This is the plan.
Okay.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
There is a performance. It's the 2019 MMA performance. It's during an award show. They give BTS the stage, and it's literally a 40-minute performance, a presentation.
They said concert,
and it's like everyone. It's like you forget that it's an award show, like because it feels like a concert, and it's like the most mind-blowing.
40 minutes? They did that at an award show?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
No.
During the Grammys?
No.
Just here's 40 minutes, your platform, to just do a whole bunch of songs.
The only person I could ever see that happening for is like Taylor Swift or like Kanye. Ironically.
Can you imagine? So, in order to do that, there's like a list of songs, and for the most part, you've listened to all of them except for these 4 songs.
Right.
So we're gonna try to get through all 4. We're gonna do 2 here on YouTube, 2 on the Patreon.
The what?
The 2 on the YouTubes and then 2 on the Patreon.
The Patreon?
What is the Patreon?
We have a Patreon?
What?
Actually, we do, and I'm sorry for that cheesy introduction, but you gotta head over to the Patreon where we have exclusive content, where we bring you vlogs of all the contests we go to, where you get to support your homegirls so that they can pay their rent and have a good time, because it's wild that we get to do this a little bit for our living. And we love our roomies. Those are
our patrons.
Our patrons. We call them our roomies. Mm-hmm. So head over there. Go join the rooms, okay? We love you. Back to BTS.
Okay. So, the first one we're going to do is RM's. Okay, in the album Map of the Soul 7. Uh-huh. It's like one of their most recent albums, like 3 albums ago or whatever. It has everyone has their solo songs, but it's like the first song is RM song, the middle song is Interlude Shadow, that's by Suga, and then J-Hope's song is Ego. So it's like the pillars of the whole album. We're just doing the first one. We could do Suga's and J-Hope's like next time.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to do RM song, Persona, and then we're going to do a song from like their very first album. We're going old school to No.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Recording.
Just double check on that though, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Also, I love the graphics.
Yeah.
평생 물어온 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름다움을 담아디 신나겠지 how you feel 지금 기분이 어때 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 깨지 되진지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리를 거네 예전보다 웃어 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들곳을 보라 해 내 그림자
Hey, the wildflower.
개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 모래 아랬던 나는 조명 아랬던 자꾸 나타나지 라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 난 노려보네 야 이제 왜 시작한 거지 벌써 이제냐 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아 샤면 나오는 거 알지 시기 같아 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 그 뭐점 그게 사실 내 전부 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤 지실리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 뒤굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내 이름 성샤 그 가장 앞에 wild but so I'm asking once again yeah who the hell am I tell me all your names baby do you wanna die or do you wanna go do you wanna fly what's it show what's it do do you think you lie oh shit I don't know man
Whoa.
야만 내 미스 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 난 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도료만 절대로 너의 혼돈을 내지 마 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도 위압적이어도 이 내가 걸어두고 나의 척도 내가 되고 싶은 나 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나 지금도 매분 매순 가사라 숨쉬는 person
There's so much to take in. Those are terrifying. Oh! He said, fall, bitch.
Oh.
Wow, that was so much to take in.
It's a lot to take in.
And I have a brain freeze.
Brain freeze from all the strawberries. I forgot to mention that, like, Map of the Soul 7 is, like, their album that has a lot to do with psychology.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, when it comes to his song, Suga song, and J-Hope's song, it's, like, the three parts of, like, your psyche. And it's, like, the persona, the shadow, and the ego. So he's talking about, like, specifically his persona and who he is, who he puts out into the world versus the real me. And that's why RM, it started off as Rap Monster, but to him, it's now, like, the real me. And that's what he's talking about. He's really going through, like, who am I? And that's, like, the whole basis of the song, really.
That's what RM stands for, Rap Monster.
Mm-hmm.
But real me now.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Born Singer.
Wow.
Yeah. In Born Singer, he changes the lyrics in his different versions, and he talks about, he changes it to real me later on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
What were your thoughts on it?
It was so much to take in.
Yeah.
And he did not stop. That flow did not stop. Yeah. I'm like, where is he breathing? What's happening?
No, he's not. He's just going.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So good. I missed him.
I know, right?
My whole heart, my chest.
Sometimes, like, when I put, like, music on shuffle and it's, like, RM's, like, newest album, I'm like, God, this album's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
It's also funny to hear things he's been saying for a long time.
Yeah.
I want to fly. Wildflowers.
Okay, so this next song is called No. It's, like, their second comeback right after, like, No More Dream.
Okay.
And so it's, like, really, really early on.
Okay. Oof. They're babies. Baby. Child. Bet. Oh, chicken.
쉴 틈도 없이 학교와 집 아니면 PC방이다인 집 파티 같은 삶들을 살며 1등을 강요하는 학생의 꿈과 현실 사이에 이중간첩 우리 공부하는 기계로 만들고 누구 1등이 아니면 나고로 구분 쉽게 만든 건 틀에 가둔 건 어른이란 걸 쉽게 수할 수밖에 단순하게 생각해도 약육강 시간에 친한 친구도 밟고 올라서게 만든 게 누구라 생각해 어른들은 내게 말하지 힘든 건 지금뿐이라고 넌 참으라고 나중에 하라고 Everybody say no 더는 나중에 안돼 더는 남의 꿈에 같이 살지만 We roll, we roll, we roll Everybody say no 정말 지금이 아니면 안돼 아직 아무것도 해본 게 없잖아 Good money 벌써 삐딱한 시선 막연한 뿐인 통장 내 불행은 난도 초가지 공부하는 한숨 공장 계속되는 돌려막기 어른들이 하는 고백 너네 참 편한 거래 눈에 넘치게 행복한 거래 그럼 이렇게도 불행한 나는 뭔데 공부만 대화 취지가 없어 밖에 나 같은 내가 넘쳐 똑같은 꼭두같이 인생 도대체 누가 책임을 져줘 어른들은 내게 말하지 힘든 건 지금뿐이라고 너 참으라고 나중에 하라고 Everybody say no 더는 나중이란 말은 안돼 더는 남의 꿈에 같이 살지만 We roll, we roll, we roll Everybody say no 정말 지금이 아니면 안돼 아직 아무것도 해본 게 없잖아
Dancing. Oh, the choreography.
No.
Yes, Jimin, lead the pack.
Everybody say no. Everybody say no. Everybody say no.
So interesting. What year was that?
I want to say 2013, 2014. It was really early on.
Okay.
So that was like back at the time when like, you know, Big Hit had like no money. They like was very much like sing the songs that you guys want to sing. What's the message you guys want to put out there? And they're very much like, you know, in like Korean society, from what I understand, especially what we see in K-dramas and what we know from like, it's just like all about work and study. You got to make it. You got to like get a good job, go to school. When they say like from like to Seoul to the sky, sky actually stands for Seoul University, Korea. It's like Seoul University, Korea University, and Yonsei, which is basically our Harvard, like Yale, etc. So it's like incredibly hard to get into those schools, and so it's really interesting because they sing and they're like the voice of like an entire generation. Obviously back then, of like, we're tired of you guys making us do these things when it doesn't get us anywhere, when it's not even our dreams, like and so it's kind of I haven't visited this era of BTS in a long while. But that's where they came swinging out of the gates with, you know, very much like
Wow.
What are your thoughts?
It's interesting to see this era of BTS because I feel like where I came in and like the BTS that I know is very aware of themselves. They have their sound, they have their personas. I know the individuals now more.
Yeah.
And like when I see stuff like this, it almost doesn't feel like BTS, which is interesting because for someone who's been a fan of BTS, this is how they know them. Mm-hmm. But like to me, it's like, oh, there's young things in there that like I don't. It's almost like I feel it. It feels to me because I don't know it a lot more produced than the stuff I see now.
Oh, really?
So like in a sense of like what happens behind the scenes of like here's who you have to be to be famous or to be a group that's large, and like there's just certain things where I could see early on. I know like when you guys did like when you talk with Shy or Elaine about cultural appropriation, there's certain things in here that I was like ooh, where it's like borderline, but it's like it's more like in America I wouldn't wear that, or you know what I mean, or like I wouldn't do those certain things because it's not mine. So like when I watch it, it's not that I don't think they're talented, because I do think they're really talented, and that the music itself is very good, but there's certain parts of like the actual art direction that I'm like I wouldn't have gone there. But it's also crazy to hear them younger because they do sound more rebellious.
Yeah.
And so it's like interesting to see where they are now.
Yeah.
And I would love to like sit down with them and be like, if you could watch this and give your opinion about like what's changed about you as an artist, would you be saying the same things, or would you say that was for that time and that place? You know, like I would love to sit with them and see how they feel, and knowing that this is about like education and like the stigmas of like this is what you have to do to be successful.
Yeah. Like DK TV has an actual episode where they're like, why does early BTS really resonate with young Koreans? And that video is incredibly like educational. And I understand.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
It makes sense. I that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I just wanted to understand the context of it. It totally makes sense. I have nothing really bad to say about it. It's just what I've been...
The visual part, when you look at it, because you have to remember, one, they're really, really young.
That's why I also asked what year it was.
Yeah.
Because really, also that was kind of normal.
During that time and age, where they are, what they know of, like, and this is still kind of like, K-pop is not as global at that time.
Right, that's
so
why,
what they know is what they have learned from media or what they've taken from other music. And so, like, obviously that line between cultural appropriation and appreciation is so fine, which is why them coming from here to a place where they do American hustle life, it's like you get thrown into, like, the wolves, but at the same time you need that because you need to actually know where this comes from.
Just like so, I need to understand before I make my judgments about K-pop.
Yeah.
Because it goes, there's so much happening in this world. And that's why, like, for me, it's just an interesting, I ask what the time period is. I ask how young they are.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, too, I think when you're first starting out as a group, you aren't in control as much as they might be now, being one of the largest groups in the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not the same. So, but it's crazy to see how talented they were off the bat.
Yeah.
Which is how I feel a lot about, like, 17 or, like, New Jeans, XG, like, these young groups that you see that are, like, coming out. And it's, like, they're talented right off the bat. And, like, yes, they've worked hard and they've been training for this. Yeah. But their music is good. And something I really admire about K-pop is, Korean media really knows how to take risk and how to, like, make it appeal to whoever's the audience. So I do see that. Why wouldn't this be an anthem of that time? Because, like, it is very which really a lot of their early stuff is.
Yeah, it really
a lot
is.
Of their
look at their earlier stuff, it really is.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting because he even mentioned, like, what what would they think looking back, or like how have they changed? And if you look at their actual discography, they go through phases of like, oh, that was probably not the right thing to say, or like that's probably,
but that's life.
That's how you grow. Like you acknowledge it and you like grow from it and you apologize and you make something new.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes it's as simple as just being like, oh, I did that thing.
I'm sorry,
and now I'm not doing that. Yeah, you know, like you just learn and you don't. Yeah, I think it's an interesting world, but I really like their stuff. Anyways, I just wanted to do that. Okay, so this was no.
Yeah, and so the next one we're doing is actually Boy in Love.
Oh my god. I'm panicking about those brakes being on. Slay! Oh my god, he always sits like that.
Sugar.
Guys, I was panicking about those brakes being set. You have no idea. My stage manager was like,
yeah.
Wow, so good. Miss the boys.
They're
still top tier, aren't they?
They're so good.
They're on another level,
they're
man.
Totally on a different level. And I love all the other groups, and
No.
But like sometimes when I read other people's comments, and they're always like, who like compare Blackpink to like BTS. Obviously, we're not going to compare because that starts fan wars. But if you look at it, they're on a whole nother playing level.
Yeah.
Like the way that they do things in their discography, their following,
also,
like everything, it's just...
I've seen multiple groups now at concerts, and I have to say BTS, they have the best live vocals, the best sound mixing live. Like, you can really hear... I like that they don't auto-tune themselves so much. They do use... Everybody uses auto-tune now. Every artist you're going to know. It helps them when they're doing multiple studio tours. It's built into the mics most of the time. But what I like about BTS is you can hear the imperfections and what they're bringing to the table that day.
Yeah.
Because they're not bumping their tracks so much. Yeah. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm really excited because we were watching this and I was like, I can't wait for you to watch the MMA version.
Yeah, it's going to be, okay.
It's going to blow your mind.
Okay. So we have to do that next time.
It's going to be so good.
Okay, slay. Well, thanks for being here today. Thanks for being on our Patreon, roomies. We love you. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube page. If you haven't seen, go to our Patreon where we've got exclusive content. We watched 2 more of these videos over there for you. We've got concert vlogs.
We got game caterers.
Oh my god, I love game caterers. We've got all the things. So head over there. We love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.